Who's your emergency contact? Who should we notify in the case of death? Welcome to the USP, where I spent the last 2+ decades of my life. You know, it's been a pretty hectic week. As you know, in my previous video, I was sharing with you that I was trying to go get a loan so that I can, so that me and my wife could open up another tattoo shop, a clothing shop, and maybe a couple other things. You know, that's still in a work in progress. You know, the lenders gave us a list of the things that we need, and we're working towards, you know, giving him all the information that he needs. But outside of that, you know, I just found out that my buddy, Bryson, got released. He's been home for about maybe a week or so. And I've been trying to call him, and he wasn't able to use the new phone that he got. And he wasn't able to really, you know, I'm thinking, you know, part of me was like, damn, homie, just push the button. That's it. You know, when I call, he wouldn't accept it, or he wouldn't pick up. And then, but then I see him commenting on certain posts that I put on Facebook. So I was like unsure of what was really going on with him. Well, yesterday I called him and he answered the phone. And he doesn't sound like my friend Bryson. You know, his voice was groggy, like he just woke up. He was just like, hello? Oh, what's up, bro? Yeah, bro. What you doing, bro? You know, and I'm trying to have a conversation with him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on with you, Bryce? Like, oh, bro, they got me on meds. I said, what the fuck you mean they got you on meds? And it turned out that, you know, when they picked him up for the violation, they put him in the shoe because, you know, he has a history in Hawaii. I shared the story with you when he was in Hawaii. You know, him and his friends blew up the whole unit. You know, I haven't been able to post that video to share with you because, you know, we really don't want to incite all them dudes out there in Hawaii that got beat up, right? But, you know, he blew up the whole unit. Him and a few of his friends ended up beating up like 23 dudes from one of the biggest gang in Hawaii. And then when the lieutenants and the guards came in, they knocked them out. And, you know, they caught cases over that. 3 of his homeboys end up getting 7 to 8 years. And, you know, he got an extra, you know, he got an extra year over it, stayed in the shoe. But when he went back into the county jail this time, they threw him in the shoe because they didn't want him in population. And of course, you know, it's only natural to be upset that you're in the shoe for no reason, just because. And he didn't snap on the guards or anything, but just his appearance and his history is intimidating to these do-boy-ass staff and whoever works out there in Hawaii. So they had him locked up in his shoe, and while he was going to court, they had a so-called therapist, so-called psychologist come and evaluate him. And at the end of the day, you know, he just did 25 years. And if anybody's done that kind of time, like even for me, when I went back in for my 30 days, you know, it kicked me in the ass. I was just like, man, I thought I was done with this. You know, being put back in the box after you get a little taste of freedom, it affects you a lot more than you just sitting in there knowing you can't never come home, or knowing you got 2 decades plus before you can come home. And now you're just like, why am I even in jail? I haven't even committed a crime. I haven't done anything that warrant for me to be incarcerated. Well, he went to the court. They told him, if you want to go home, you have to agree to be put on these medication. You know, him not wanting to be in jail, he was like, yeah, all right, I'll take these medication. You know, because they weren't going to let him out unless he agreed to it, which right now I'm looking into, you know, the legality of that shit. Because for me, I don't feel the courts or these fucking psych or these therapists or these doctors or anybody can force you to be on some psych pills, man. Especially when that shit takes away from who you are. You know, when I was talking to him, I was like, what's going on, bro? He's like, oh, bro, I see spots. I'm dizzy, bro. And you know, and he's going in and out of our conversation. And I'm like, nah, bro, we can't let you freaking stay on these meds. We got to figure something out because that's just bullshit. Because we've seen it. Personally, I've seen it throughout my system. Throughout the system since I've been in prison, I've seen dudes that you know, the administration deem, you know, dangerous or hard to handle, and they get these dudes on medication. And one of the ways they force these dudes to get on medication, you know, they lock them up in a shoe, and they lock them up for months and years at a time. And no one wants to be in a freaking box the size of your freaking bathroom 24/7. So you get desperate to come out of there. And they'll come to you, yeah, if you want to come out, you know, you need to get put on these meds. But things that people don't understand about these meds is they're addictive. Once it comes into your system and once you've taken it for a certain amount of period, your body, just like any other type of drug, becomes dependent on it. And you start fiending from it. You start jonesing from it. You know, when we're in Lompoc, you know, for the most part in Lompoc, everything gets called on time. You know, 6 o'clock's the door rack. 6:30 they start breakfast. 7 o'clock they call the move. And every hour they call the move. And pill call is right after count. You know, 4:30. Between 4:30 and 5, they call pill call. Like if something happened, if an incident happened and the move is held up, you can see in the dudes in the block that are on these psych pills standing there, you know, with their feet tapping, with their hands shaking, waiting for them to call the move. Like, you know, I had a friend named Mook. He's Hawaiian. You know, when he first came to the compound, I thought he was normal. I thought he was just like, you know, a lot of the islanders that come out that way to do time, automatic, they're all a little, you know, a little off in the head, but not to the extent that, you know, I came to discover. You know, one day, you know, Mook lived upstairs in M Block. He lived in cell 13, matter of fact, 213 upstairs. So, you know, I go up there because my homie Billy lived up there too. So I go up there to just, you know, just to kick it or whatever, go see somebody. And the homie Mook stops me. Say, hey, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up, bro? What you doing? Okay, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. And, you know, I'm thinking we're just going to have a regular conversation that everything is just whatever. But I step into his cell and we're talking. And I come to find out that the homie's burnt the fuck out. You know, he started talking about, hey, bro, I think they listening to me, bro. I said, what are you talking about, Mook? No, you know, the TV. You know, they can hear you, bro. And I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, no, bro, the radiation, bro. The radiation from the TV. You know, the TV. They can hear you. They send signals. They send signals and fuck with your mind, bro. And, you know, at first, I'm just thinking the homie's being funny, you know, because I don't know too many people that are, I mean, for a lack of a better word, crazy or mentally, you know, off. Because, I mean, outside the ordinary, I mean, you have to have a certain type of, you know, you got to be like a little off in the head for you to be in the lifestyle anyway. Maybe your lack of repercussion or lack of fear or just, you know, enjoying the chaos or whatever. Like everybody in prison, we all have a little freaking mental issue, but there's degrees to it, you know? So while I'm talking to the homie Mook, you know, he's talking about, hey, bro, because, you know, he's in cell 213. And he's like, bro, I'm in their cell, bro. I'm like, whose cell? He goes, the Southsiders. I'm in their cell, bro. I think they watching me. Look, my cell, 213, 13. You know, because the Southsiders, the MAs, they use the letter 13 for the letter, they use the number 13 for the letter M. And he start going on how he go to breakfast and, you know, that was like one of the first incidents I've had that opened my eyes like, damn, they got this dude fucked up. And, you know, from all the things that I heard about the homie Mook, you know, he had hands. He's, you know, he can bang. That's what the Hawaiians call it. He can fight. And he's been tussling with the staff, with the COs and all that stuff throughout all the state joint, you know, from the time he started doing time. But by the time I met him, you know, they had already doped him up. And every day at 4 o'clock count, you know, he starts fucking getting skittish and whatever, waiting to go take his meds. You know, another dude that was in Long Pot with us was a black dude. And when he walked, he had like a little kick on his walk and like he looked like he was retarded, right? So I'm like, damn, man, what's wrong with that dude? And I was asking one of the black homies, one of the blood homies about dude. And one of the blood homies was like, nah, man, that dude used to be a monster. That dude's a gangster. But, you know, the administration didn't know how to deal with them, didn't know how to handle him. So they doped him up. And now he's just a walking zombie. And, you know, for me at this time in my life, like, I've seen so many of that shit go on in the penitentiary where these freaking, you know, the administration, you know, really castrate you medically and fuck up your mind and put you in a zombie state. And not only, like I say again, like these medications that they give you, you become dependent on them. They're addictive. You know, they're not treating any type of fucking psychosis. They're not treating any type of illness. All they're doing is just making you a dummy and a zombie. And I'm not sure how we're going to go deal with this situation with my homeboy Bryson right now, but I'm in my feelings right now. I'm mad. I'm like, there's no way that these courts should be allowed to fucking put somebody on this type of fucking medication, you know, because I've known Bryson since 2001, since we were in Lompoc together. We were cellies in Atwater for 7 years. There's nothing wrong with him. Yeah, he's a monster. If you step out there, he'll punish your bitch ass. But he's one of the kindest, humblest dude I ever met. You know? So, like for those of you that's watching this video today, man, if you know anything on the legal aspect of what they can legally do or can't do, man, holler at me, because I'm not cool with the situation right now, because the man that I talked to yesterday was not the man I've known for the last 20 plus years. He was not himself. He couldn't even keep up with the conversation. You know, his thoughts were scattered in and out, and he was just, he was like almost like comatose. And that shit breaks my heart. So again, if any of you guys are viewing this, know any attorneys, know anything about this type of situation, man, hit me up. I appreciate it, because I can't sit here and not do nothing about this shit if there's something that we can do. Man, thank you. Welcome to the USP.